Welcome to the live stream. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. I want to welcome you to our channel. Bitcoin Spike is our name, just so that you know we got that specific name. Me personally, by I'd say trading the upside of Bitcoin, but however, last summer, we did catch this specific move. Boom, in the back. Let me hit this in terms of 29,000 sub 29,000. Where was that? 29,750, I think to be exact. An ascending triangle, bam, to the upside. Thus, this is Bitcoin Spike. Hope you guys are doing well today. Former hedge fund owner, non-SEC, private, but not financial advice. You know that. Let's go through the price action. Very important. I brought some of the information regarding this specific pattern to your attention. We want to go through that specific pattern formation. I want to talk about where we are at the capitulation thus far to 20,666 right now. Right on the dot. In terms of the differentiation in pricing, we are currently on USD. To look at USDT, we may have a bit of variance here in terms of BTC/USD versus USDT. We keep an eye on both of them. Yeah, USDT just slightly lower on a few exchanges. So, looking at the Elliott wave function, I want to shout out, and what's going on, Torque? There we go. No Torque in the house, my man. What's up? What's up, Torque? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I'm always excited when the VIP chime in. I mean that, guys. We have had a good day in the back, talking about a lot of different things. I want to talk about balance today. I want to talk about balance in terms of your trade approach. It's going to be a good stream. And in terms of the information in the back, it was really a solid day. Reconciling the New York Institute of Finance with Elliott Wave International Theory. Huge progress. Huge progress. Looking at the specific expansion on the right. This looks best on a big screen TV. You know this, okay? The expansion on the right. You see this specific expanding diagonal is what this is referred to as, an expanding diagonal on the right. You see on the left what we're at. Brought this up to you yesterday, okay? The specific indication over that level of resistance was very interesting. Boom, just indicated for a short. Congratulations to the VIP, etc., who are trading. I know several VIP that are trading in terms of entry for a short here. Boom. Now, did we give up hope for the bulls? Not at all. Did everyone just release their positions? All of a sudden, that's it. I'm out of Bitcoin? Not at all. That's not the approach in terms of any underlying. We could talk about balance in a few different regards. We'll discuss that today, and I think it's going to be a good stream. Let me get into the chats. I've been meaning to do that while I am looking at No Torque. If you guys hit the like button, that would make things easier. Let's get the algorithm going. Let's get some good traders in here. In terms of the approach, I'm going to talk about Elliott Wave. We're going to talk about, and that's for you, Torque, in terms of the, let me put a Ferrari in there for you. We're going to talk about the New York Institute of Finance, okay? We're going to talk about Elliott Wave. Now, what you're looking at in terms of an expanding diagonal, you would look at this and say, like, well, that's different. That's not a bull flag. That's not anything I really want to touch. Man, if you could catch this short, and I did, we caught this short. A lot of VIP caught this short. Boom, and in the back is a nice move, guys, looking at this. And the candlewicks gave you a great entry on this. Currently down nearly 5%, over 5% maximized from this specific high there. Looking at that, nearly 5.89%, hugely important. Let's dig into not only this pattern is important, however, in the back, I want to discuss this. We're going to talk about balance. Again, I'm going to remind myself balance is the name of the game today. In terms of the specifics for that feature, I want you to see here what we have done in terms of that expanding diagonal. And I know this stream is not for everybody. This stream is for VIP, period. So if people tune in and they tune out, adios, sayonara. We're going to talk VIP talk, top level TA, top shelf, guys. So the fan reversal, I want you all to know, and as VIP may have been busy today, to discuss just how beautifully that fan from New York Institute of Finance, that's there, guys, that's institutional framework. That's Wall Street stuff, okay? The blue fan, the reversal to the downside. Looking at how well that fits in the framework of the specific expanding diagonal, it is perfect. You guys see that. It's just par on par. So when we assess something that is unfamiliar, the ability to capture it in terms of your referencing or framing it within your knowledge and skill set is crucially important. I want you guys to always please do that. Today was a big step forward in terms of when I say get the Prechter book, right? Frost, Elliott Wave International, that J. Murphy, technical analysis of the financial markets. Okay, those are, Prechter is, the Elliott Wave International is referenced directly by, this pattern is referenced directly, let's say the source is referenced directly by the New York Institute of Finance in the Murphy publications. The Murphy book is the top book, period, guys. I'm telling you, this is the top book. You talk to traders, talk to them, okay? Very important, okay, in terms of, like, you know, if you talk to them, go talk to some top guys, Wall Street, etc. Bring up New York Institute of Finance. Talk about some of the top real traders, guys, that know of New York Institute of Finance, etc. You'll see that the book holds water. Let's discuss something in the macro, a bit more in the macro, on the hourly. We're going to talk about the hourly real quickly. Look at this preceding level. Do you see the move down and the move back up, right? Let's look at the current level, the move down, and this attempt to move back up. Let's take a look at this in context. Bitcoin likes to, you understand, Bitcoin likes to drop or pop, and then she likes to consolidate. She likes to grind, right? She gets to the point where it's difficult. However, we can catch it, right? We can catch the drop. We can catch the spike, and that's what we're known for. So in terms of this preceding level, I want to bring into context the specific formation that we were in, aside from that expanding diagonal, etc. And guys, reconciling from New York Institute of Finance to Elliott Wave International, that's cool stuff, guys. That's VIP. That's what's up, okay? In terms of this move to the upside, you guys will recall we had a nice formulation in here, right? We had a potential for a really nice bull flag. Boom. We hit up and out of the bull flag. This was up and around the $30,000 mark, right? Around that $30,000 mark. And looking at this, let's get into a parallel channel carry up from any symmetrical, you guys know this, from any symmetrical triangulation, and every bull pennant move to the upside. Symmetrical consolidation has, as a matter of fact, a symmetrical component to it. Boom, look what we did. We topped out right at that carry up feature on a specific bull pennant. That's it. Boom, it's out. No requirement, bam, to go to the upside, right? Bulls could have completed. They chose not to. It wasn't demand of the market. But I want to bring into scope the size of this specific feature. That's a nicely sized bull pennant, right? We're talking about essentially we're doing a comparative right now. If you're just tuning in, hit the like button for me. That'd be great. Let me know what you guys are doing. Okay, let's shout out in the chats, etc. Shout out to Torque. I appreciate the commentary. So, looking at the framework here, amazing how many people just want a quick, easy answer, isn't it, Torque? They just want the easy answer, man. Lazies, absolutely lazy, right? Just get on out, huh? Go lose their next trade. They don't want to win. Looking at the amplitude here, boom. You see the amplitude difference here, right? Now, we're frames within, and let's tighten this up in terms of the specific. I don't mean that rudely, guys, but it may be just human nature. They want the quick, easy fix. That's it. And they're gone. We want to learn. We want to develop. I want you guys to be the best traders around, period. I want you to be the best traders around, the most precise group of traders that are in the market, period. Guys, not exclusion for, well, the desk gets such and such. Guys, no. I want you guys to be the very best, period, in the market. So looking at the amplitude, looking at the, we could go to the breadth, but let's just look at the amplitude measurement right now. In terms of the carry down feature of this, if we were to replicate the specific size of this move, okay, down to the current level here, isn't that nice? You've been watching for more than a year. That is awesome, Aaron. That is quality. That's really quality. You've got to be VIP. We have so much going on in the back. If you're that dedicated, Aaron, you got to be VIP. I just got to tell you, honestly, from all the VIP will agree. We really want you to develop. If you're really plugged into the channel, etc., we really want you to develop. That's the bottom line. And there's so much in the back rooms. I just mean that so sincerely. That's just it. It's as sincere as I get, honestly. You can't replicate the back rooms. In terms of the specific size here, I know you've learned a ton, huh? Way to go. And shout out. Looking at the amplitude move, the carry down here, do you see where we're at? This is just interesting as we would look at this. Now, there are some possibilities here in terms of what we're looking at, right? It doesn't have to be a par on par, right? In terms of the move, we don't have to create a bull pennant. We don't have to create a bull flag. What is impressive or impressionable is the overall size of the move, right? The overall size, the amplitude, the breadth. Yes, all of this is important as we consider what we're doing right now. Let's stack this right next to, and this is just that's the size of the preceding move. What we do is oftentimes we get attracted to the smaller time frames. You know this. We get attracted to the smaller time frames. We start to I will state for the record, anyone who's in a short here, And I'll just state this for the record. Anyone who is in a short at this level, you have a decision to make. You're doing well. You're making money. You're in the green. Congratulations. That Elliott wave feature is working out well. You have a decision to make. You'll always hear that from me, guys. Always. Okay. So let's dig. Let's go to the macro, back to the micro here just for a minute. As we would look at, and we're going to have to trust the system a little bit here. We have to trust the system a touch. Okay, I can drag it around, I can go up and down, but we have to trust the system a bit. Excuse me, a bit, which is not easy in terms of, important, the move to the upside, the symmetrical consolidation. Not that we need a repeat. However, I'd like to frame it as if the expectations generally should be within a micro pattern, or let's say a medium pattern, or a larger pattern, like a micro tolerance for a micro pattern, something very small that wants to play. Boom. Let's say like a medium tolerance. So it's very small to a medium to a larger or macro tolerance. Okay, in terms of the formation that you're looking at, the formation that you're into, that the traders are expecting, that the price action is going to have a tendency to form, because it can be the fatal, and we discussed this in the back in VIP today. We did talk about this amongst some very important other issues today. But what can be very difficult for traders, and you guys know this, as we dig into the lower time frames and the extent to which things are evidenced now, or let's say they're clear on the map now versus we might have a better example later. I just want to cover this because we covered this in VIP. We're looking not always for the ultra micro feature. Okay, we need to generally allow price, and within this is the difficulty. We went through Elliott wave quite a bit yesterday in terms of the standard development from a micro to a macro wave. Okay, from a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is, I'm going to draw this out so that you understand what's being discussed, so that you know exactly what we're going through. If I can be of assistance in terms of just reviewing this for us, I know it's important, guys. If we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, typical standard Elliott wave. As we would look at this, just understand from a micro to a macro, we get into an approach where literally we start saying, well, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is just a 1, boom, and then we have a 2, boom, then we have a 3, boom, 4, and a 5. So what can happen? And I just want you to always be aware, we're doing essentially a derivative. You can call it a gain analysis, or a derivative, meaning we're taking from the preceding price action, applying to the current circumstance or situation. We are making the point in terms of repetition. You could say TA is, right? Technical analysis is the notion that we're going to examine past pricing behavior, and that history likes to repeat itself, right? That's the notion. Can we extrapolate from the past? Can we apply to the present and forecast in the future what's to occur? One of the primary lessons that you're going to learn is this notion as you trade, particularly on the lower time frames, because I know you guys have been there. I just know you have. I know you've been on the 5 second. I just know this, guys. You've been on the 5 seconds somewhere, especially when we get a spike. You guys know this. When we get a spike, right, you'll just see all types of patterns in here. You'll see all types of, and a lot of these will make sense on the micro. Let's say right now, particularly burdensome is when we do have a spike, when we do have accelerated price action to the upside. You guys know this. When we have accelerated price action to the upside, Bitcoin is just famous for underperforming in terms of what she'll do is she will rocket, boom, to the upside. Let me make sure that these are that this is as brightly lined as possible. Let me look at this, okay? And guys, I had a good day on the way out the door. I've got a story for you guys. Cool story. I was meeting with a pro trader, and a cool story about that whole deal. I really want to talk, and I can tell you guys right now. Yeah, you need help to set up trades. Then Lionel, you need to join VIP. And shout out to Bill. Bill just showed up. But Lionel, top level of membership, make sure that you slam in and join. And I'll actually help you set up your first hedge trade. Okay, we'll put you on 100 rounds, light exposure. That's the key to it. But join VIP, and I will individually help you. That's kind of the mission for 2022. We're building the group. I want to build good traders. Bottom line, I want to build good traders, guys. That's what we want to do with our group. That's it. Bottom line. I'm committed to the time, etc., guys. So let me know, Lionel. We want you to go ahead and just slam in right now if you'd like to. In terms of this, We won't beg you, though. I'll tell you, we will not beg you. So that's the invitation, formally extended. If you do not want to join, we will not beg anybody to join our group. Period. We offer once, and that's about it. So in terms of the, we don't have time for that. We're very busy learning and dedicating precision, right? Trade skills, right? We got a lot of big traders, a lot of good guys doing well. In terms of this specific move here. And that sounds great. Go ahead and slam into that button, and we'll put you in the back today, Lionel. Go ahead and do that. We'll put you in the back today, and I'll communicate with you later today and tomorrow in terms of setting up your original trades. Kent Gifford just rejoined, and Kent, I need to get with you this week. Jay, I have an appointment with you as well, just real quick, just to set up and make sure you're in on a hedge. I want to make sure that you understand a hedge, and we get you all started on that 100 rounds to get you into the market where you don't get bitten, right? It can be a snake. You don't want to go there, guys. In terms of that, we've got some parameters in place that have been very successful with the VIP. So looking at the this specific framework, when she spikes, boom, she likes to get up. Right, I want you to be careful in the lower time frames always when you'll start to see something that looks real interesting and it's just enough. And we'll say we're on a really low time frame. And what does she like to do? She likes to demonstrate a pattern. Boom, she's up. And then you think you're just about to repeat the entirety of let's say, a bull flag here. And what does she do? Well, boom. And then she's back down. And then she's into this. And it's like, whoa, hold on. I just traded a bull flag. It's like, no, you don't even know. See, now you're into this. Right, which is a different, and you guys pay attention to this, please, which is a different fallout from the original micro flag you thought you had. Bam, you're down. And let's say you release, it went against me. Well, now you have the real bull flag is your indication, right? Look at this, guys. Now you've decided, you've lost a trade, you're into it, and now you're ready to trade a real bull flag. Okay, so it's trade number one is lost. You guys know that. Boom, on a fake out to the upside, we have expanded in scope. Okay, well, now the trader says, now I'm ready for a real bull flag. Boom, up and out. This, right? You already know what's going to happen. I know VIP knows. Then what happens is we break out to the upside. The trader wanting to trade the specific bull flag, boom, he enters in this zone. And what do we get again? We get barely enough. He's trying to repeat the flagpole, which would be, we'll just draw this out. Scope this out just about, we'll leave it like this, guys. But the flagpole, the amplitude from the bottom to the top, right? And what happens? Well, we start to grind. The trader gets caught again, right? When you start to grind, catchy, maybe even through here and down to here, trader releases, only to be surprised, let's say, with a move back up to here, wherein we get some more volatility. And you guys know exactly where this is going. Trader has lost 2 trades, okay? While what has happened, guys? And we'll expand the scope of the bottom here. We'll clean this up in terms of this downward trajectory here. If you could pay attention to what just occurred, and if you have traded quite a bit, you have had this occur multiple times. You guys know this, where the micro feeds into a macro. And I'm bringing this up because it's one of the easiest pitfalls to fall into, and nobody's going to talk about this stuff, guys. When you're day trading and you're looking at a specific flag formation or you're looking at a perfect pattern, the notion that things can completely collapse in on you, you'll ultimately get the pattern you wanted after 2 or 3 lost trades, and you'll be exhausted, you'll be tired, you'll be upset by the time it were to really, and maybe you won't even be around in the market, right? In terms of literally it may be hours later, it could be 4, 5, 6 hours later, you'll look back at it and be like, man, I cannot believe this. I traded this small bull flag, and by then, and this is a very important lesson, guys, just in terms of the review for me, review for everybody. In terms of VIP, you guys know this happens, right? It's like, man, this started out as the following, right? And you'll frame back into it, and you'll say, man, this started off just like this. I was just ready for the bull flag, and boom, I was up and out, and I got in right here after the confirmation, preceding resistance, right? And this could also happen with this could also happen very easily with a bull pennant. You guys know that with any kind of a micro formation. It's like, man, I was in, we were up and out, and then boom. And all of a sudden, the trader is down 1 trade. As it continues to expand, whether or not you're into a pennant, whether or not you're into, guys, varying degrees of pattern formation, just understand that this is a dynamic that you need to be aware of and you need to master. We have some new people in the specific audience today that we have VIP. that are here and paying attention, I want you to always pay attention to this specific dynamic where you have a lead in micro. And you guys know this can cost you money, man. It just can. You need to pay attention to this proportionality, okay? To the potential for an unwinding and a just essentially the rebuilding of the potentially the same or different structure that you're looking at. This would be and this is not beautifully or perfectly well drawn. I mean, not that the patterns are, but in terms of a move to the upside, you guys get just a move to the upside with and you may have a deviation like this, kind of a blow off top here with some sort of a pattern formation trying to be eager to get in. Just understand that this is one of the biggest pitfalls that I know for a fact that traders get into. Please mind this fact. Next time you see on a lower time frame, next time you see a micro pattern formation, and I mean this, guys, next time you see a micro pattern formation, let me see if I can unwind the majority of this. Next time you see that micro pattern formation on the micro and we're really moving up, boom, and you guys know this. You may even see a wave formation like this, essentially a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me go ahead and clean up this green, get this off the screen real quickly. In terms of that, I want to shout out to the VIP. And looks like we have a new trader that's going to come in. Gomez, what's up? Leo, I'll call you Leo. What's up? We'd love to have you in the group. Go ahead and just pound annihilate that join button real quickly. We'll let you in the back and we'll get you started up. And I'll give you my cell phone. We'll text back and forth. I'll walk you through stuff. I have to shout out to Bill. I'm going to put great. Join now. That's just really great news anytime a trader says he wants to learn, he wants to join, he wants to be a part of the top trade group, because that's what we put our heart and soul into, guys. Big time. You have to know that. In terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this would be an example, just kind of an example here that we would look at maybe a potential expansion, the notion that we just talked about. I just want you to be careful of that, because when you lose trades, and I always talk about booking consecutive trades, you guys know that I talk about booking consecutive trades, not upping your specific exposure in the market. In terms of leverage, always understand the increase in leverage is fantastic. Guys, I'm telling you, leverage is fantastic. Why? Because it means, guys, that you have the opportunity to risk less capital, period. Increased leverage means decrease capital, period. Never violate that rule. As you increase the leverage, you decrease your capital, period. Don't ever violate that rule. If you will be disciplined and not violate that rule, when I say, and you guys have heard me for a long time, consistency and discipline, the first things that needs to apply to is what, guys? The first thing that needs to apply to is we're looking at BTC completing the Elliott wave function that we had forecasted here, just brought to the attention of, guys, just brought to the attention of in terms of the leading expanding diagonal. And we could go through where that is. Where is it? I'll pull it back over from the other page here. But we talked about that at the beginning if you're just tuning in. This expanding diagonal Elliott wave. If you didn't see my tweet, make sure that you go and you have some guys that you have your specific, definitely have on your notifications here. Because yes, we talked about the expanding diagonal. I brought the chart mid channel here, okay, before the breakout to the upside. And you all know this. Before that breakout to the upside, here's a picture of it, but I've drawn the fan lines on it to show you a little bit of an overlay. But that expanding diagonal, boom, with the break to the downside, yes, that is exactly what we have. I brought it for consideration ahead of time. Let's just say that. So in addition, guys, let me say consistency and discipline. Consistency to be disciplined, guys, on each and every trade that you engage in, because the average trader wants to go a little bit heavier. That last one didn't work out. This guy's like a Mack truck, guys, period. Listen, okay? The trader will get burned or soured or upset or experience a loss, and the next trade is going to make it up, right? The next trade is going to make it up. Then the trader will get frustrated, will get angry, will stop caring. It gets to the point where he stops caring, okay? Literal just apathetic, doesn't care, angry, upset, doesn't care, and decides to go ahead and literally just up sometimes. You guys know up the ante. I've talked with guys that they lose their cool. You can't do that with the market. And I'll just tell you, discipline and consistency, that's it. If you don't want to be upset. And I have a great story tonight. I met with a pro a trader, a great guy, pro trader tonight, and he's just a buddy of mine. He's a former college basketball star. He's a cool dude. I used to be a strength coach at Duke for the Blue Devils. Okay, assistant strength coach while I was in school there, and so I keep up with the hoops and this and that. I know some different guys, and this guy was a former star with not Duke, but a different school, big school guys, and collegiate hoops, big dude. He could play. He majored in finance. He also, and listen to this, guys, he majored in finance, just so you know the competitive kind of people you're trading against. He majored in finance. He's a big brother. He can reverse windmill slam dunk the ball all over you any day of the week. Guy's a monster, literally, and cool dude. Totally cool dude. Well-spoken, refined, everything. Finance major in college, okay? Finance major. He almost went for his master's. He decided to almost go for his master's. Like, no, I think I want to trade. Right, ultimately, I think I want to trade. So he's a pro trader right now. He's a pro trader, and this was incredible. You need to listen to this story, guys. When Bitcoin, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell this story. He's a cool enough guy. He wouldn't care at all, okay? And I don't think he's listening tonight. If he is, much love to you, brother. What's up, my man? It's just a perfect story. It is VIP level of support along the bottom, right? I was having lunch with him the other day. He belongs to the same club I do. Listen to this guy's pro trader. I was having lunch with him the other day. I was showing him while Bitcoin was down. And this guy can trade the lights out of some other issues he focuses on. Guys, out of some other issues he definitely focuses on. But he's a pro. I'm telling you guys, and it's a great story. He and I were having lunch around this time. Now, I sat there with him in and around this zone, and I picked up. Boom. We were just eating. We had to eat at cafe, this and that, no problem. So boom, I'm picking up pro trader, 6'7", 6'8", can dunk a basketball on me from a big time school superstar, the dude, right? And dunk from just break the backboard almost. Cool dude. As you look at this, he accidentally, we were distracted, whatever happened, we were eating. He hit the sell button here. Boom. You're not going to believe this, guys. He hit the sell button here. Just this and that, whatever else. We're hanging out. We're cafe, no problem. This is a pro trader that we're talking about, okay? This guy, I'm having lunch with him. We're in this zone right here. I hit the button, guys, and you've seen my trade. $2,000 into 30 G's, literally. And guys, that's not a typical result. I bring it up as an example only. Don't replicate it now, just as an example. But I hit in for 2 G's. I popped this for a triple digit here. I get back in here, really. Okay, so on top of that, if you look at that 15x, etc., I really have another 2x in this zone. But what's the important part? He's a pro trader, okay? He literally is entrusted with people's capital for a living to trade, and he does extremely well at it. What were we doing? He and I were out, and there's a twist to this story, the most important thing that you guys need to recognize. And listen to this, guys. This is great. He hit the wrong button. Boom. He doesn't know why. He hit sell. Oh, man. He hit sell here. And I told him, and we talked about it afterwards. The thing is this. I talked to him today. What's the important thing? I've told you guys, anything could go wrong in any trade. As you decide to go big on your next trade, guys, you could hit the wrong button. You could have the wrong setting. You could have the wrong spreadsheet out, whatever you're getting your targets from. You could have the USD instead of USDT. You can misplace your pricing. Guys, you could have a network connection error. And I've covered this last few days in terms of the trades that you lose. Guys, they're not always because you can't trade. You know this. Like I'm sitting with a pro trader, right? Literally the other day, he's a friend of mine, very good friend. And in terms of this, he lost because he literally hit the wrong button on his cell phone. Who doesn't do that? We all do that. Now, what's the good news? I talked to him today, and he's like, man, what about Bitcoin? I'm like, hey, what about Bitcoin? I was like, I told him, good trade here. I picked up. We're in here. I'm in a short now. Everything good. He goes, now he starts laughing. This is the coolest thing. When I tell you guys to trade 1/100th, literally, have 100 times at least what you're trading right now in real, guys, easily expendable cash, okay? Easily, and I say comfortably expendable cash, okay? Please listen to this story. I talked to him today. He starts laughing, this and that. He says, I didn't know what to do. It's funny. He says, I hit the wrong button. I turned around. I'm down $4,000 or $5,000. I'm like, I hit the wrong button. How stupid. This and that, no problem. Boom, 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 boom. And it was so refreshing to be around somebody. And I have to tell you guys, in terms of just the level of exposure. Now, he was trading a little bit heavier or this or that. It did not bother him at all. okay? And it's not because he's just Mr. Loaded. He's absolutely loaded. No, guys, he's not overexposed. Is the big deal. He's able to lose and it not ruin his day, his out. He doesn't want to lose, but it was just so nice to have the interaction with him. Yes, he still makes mistakes. He's a pro trader. We're just sitting around. I mean, he's a human being. We're just sitting around having lunch at a club, just cool stuff. He's just hanging out. Girls walking around. We're talking about girls. We're doing whatever. We make a mistake on the cell phone. He makes a mistake. But the great thing was the follow through in terms of my discussion with him today. Is we're watching BTC. Some pullback reaction, about a 1% down at 20,400. And I'm just sharing this with you guys because a pro trader is going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. But the key element is, as you look at the level of exposure, it didn't bother him at all. Guys, it was not that kind of deal. He was laughing about it. It's no problem, right? And we've talked about the critical error that enters into the framework of a trader that wants to earn, that comes to the table, says, I need to earn, I need to produce, right? I'm going to make a living trading Bitcoin. First of all, I'm going to tell you guys, you have to be focused on Bitcoin. You cannot have a mixed bag of tricks in terms of your approach. I just tell you guys, when you move from Bitcoin, which you know every move of Bitcoin right now, and this is a big talk, guys. You know this. You know each and every move of Bitcoin. You literally know. Hey, guys, you look at this. You remember the different time frames. You remember the descending triangulation. You remember the 4-hourly, don't you guys? I remember the 4-hourly here. We had not a descending triangulation. We actually had the descending wedge implied. Boom. That was targeted. You guys know this, right? But each and every aspect of Bitcoin, you know every time frame. Guys, you know every almost down to MACD automatically. Are you guys there yet, right? But you know the 4-hourly, that wasn't descending. It wasn't a descending triangle. It was a descending wedge. Boom. In the recovery with a target to the upside. You know the hourly. You know the 4-hourly. You know the daily is developing. You know Bitcoin. I'm going to tell you, anytime that you delve off into a different altcoin that's hot, or delve off into, I'm just going to trade Ethereum a few times, when you make that switch, I'm convinced if you produce otherwise, you let me know. And I would argue if you produce otherwise, and please listen to this statement, that your overall level of success, your success rate is lower. If you split your time, there is no way around it, guys. In my opinion, there is no way around it. You cannot process that much information, and it is like reading 4 or 5 books at the same time and flipping the pages and having someone else flip the pages with you, and you needed to give a book report at any point in time. I'm telling you, what happens in chapter 15 in this book, right? Whoa, you're just turning all the pages in front of me. I have no idea. I didn't read that book. I can't tell you what happened in chapter 15 of that book. It's across the table. You've just been flipping the pages. Guys, you have to read the price action. You have to be involved in the price action. You have to be. So focusing on Bitcoin, hugely important. You guys know this. I'm just going to tell you, if it's not Bitcoin, guys, if you need to go trade Forex, go trade Forex. If you need to go trade Microsoft or Apple or Ethereum, whatever it is, go trade it. Just understand that the people spending time with one asset are doing better than you, okay? Probably at all the different assets you're trying to trade. I'm just going to say that. The ones who really, really focus on that. So make sure that you're focused in terms of that. I just wanted to bring that. Let's get back to one other issue, and it was just I want you guys to know that it's that's how I really expect trading to be like with you all. And it was fortunate that he lost the trade. I have to tell you that he made the mistake. As we would look at, guys, the pro trader that I was just hanging out, buddy of mine. I know a lot of traders, guys. In terms of this specific move here, the specific move to the downside, we're talking about an amplitude, essentially a derivative analytic. What would the entirety of this pattern formation be expected to be in this zone? Okay, what would we be expecting? We already talked about the micro to maybe intermediate to the macro. We went over that. If you didn't see that, make sure you rewatch the beginning of the stream. Very important. I was giving a little of a bit of a story just about just a pro trader, successful guy, and to the extent that you guys can garner anything from that, I just want it when you guys lose a trade It's no big deal. It's not a big deal. It literally is not, guys, it's comfortably expendable. You understand what comfortably expendable is? It is just like me and the guy. I'm just gonna say, big guy. He's a big guy. He's huge. Former like collegiate star in terms of big college guys, big dude. In terms of that, it's no big deal. He lose 5Gs. He hit the wrong button. He fixed it real quick, no problem. He lose 5Gs. Just laughing matter. Not a big deal. So in VIP, if you were to lose, it needs to be like that all the time. Now your trade skills are developing to the point where you can have expectations in terms of not just being excited you made an error. That's not required, right? We don't want to approach things that way. And just understand that having that experience, I wanted to share that with you. Not to say I'm hanging out with a pro trader, guys. You can hang out with a lot of financial analysts or advisors and traders and be really horribly unimpressed. You guys know that for the most part. You guys, you take the cake as why I'm all day long with you guys in the back, so that you know that. You guys know that. I'm 24/7, 365 with VIP. You guys know that. So it's not a story about that. It's a story about it was just cool that yes, pro traders do. They do make mistakes as well. Expect to make mistakes, and when you make a mistake, it's no big deal. That comfortably expendable, and VIP know what I'm talking about. Hugely important. When you trade, don't worry, you've got 100 times that in comfortably expendable cash. If you will do that, guys, you can still make money. You can still make money in the market. That mistake that is made, as we look at the pattern formation, and if you're just tuning in, hit the like button. Let me know that you guys are tuning in. We did bring this Elliott wave feature to the forefront. Very important. Let's look at this. In terms of that expanding leading diagonal, Elliott Wave seems like Elliott Wave International looks like they may have nailed this. What do you guys think? I entered a short here. It's doing well. Looking at this framework, let's just revisit this. You guys know, just pretty cool, huh? Looking at the expanding diagonal there. I put it in the context of a fan, but let's look at this specific tweet that I put out just to make sure you guys are plugged in to Twitter. Boom, expanding diagonal in the middle range before we got that entry into the breakout up and above. Pay attention how sweet this is, guys. Thus far, look at the breakout here and above. Look at this. In terms of this feature, look at this. You see the expanding diagonal. You see the breakout. It's looks like it's got a 5 on it, right? 5 or C, V, right? Looking at that break over the level of resistance, that was the best, guys. That was the entry. Very nicely done to anybody who traded that. I know that Anthony did, several other VIP did. So to the extent that we have some negative pricing, at least I was able to bring that in some form and fashion to you for consideration of the trade. Okay, not that I'm telling you things will go this way or that way and this is what you need to do, guys, but I'm bringing you this for the consideration so that you can, this is a precedingly Dow Jones Industrial Average chart. You see this ascending line of resistance with the throwover along the top, breaking of resistance. Now, people today thought, hey, that's a great thing. We did have this chart, this level of support as well. The 2, 4. You see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's treated like a channel. It's an expanding channel. Expanding diagonal, meaning it is slanting up. And to the extent that we brought this to you and you were able to incorporate this at all into your trade preparation. And that's the key, that you guys develop the skill set to be able to balance multiple ideas, multiple frames of even trades, multiple positions. At some point, it'll be capital allocation. I hope as you develop, you can read about money management, etc., from New York Institute of Finance. That's not my goal, right? To talk to you about money management, necessarily even capital allocation. Those principles, New York Institute of Finance, right? Those principles, maybe something we talk as a group. So you guys tell me what you think. I always say that. I like to hear what you guys think about things like that, right? But just giving you the opportunity to digest this in the form, and shout out to Pathfinder. Pathfinder is very technical. Great to see some of his charts, and we were just discussing this, and I let you guys know at this point, to the extent that you're in a short now, over 5, let's say 6% from the top, it's just a beautiful trade, guys. You have to admit that it's a beautiful trade, guys. What makes this is honestly what makes VIP VIP. Boom, boom, nice, huh? Very nice. So we have the opportunity to talk about some different things. Talk about the group. You guys are doing extremely well, right? It's not all roses. I'm going to say this, and guys, we know this. In terms of the trading, You see 200, 500, 800, 10,000% gains. That's not every trade. You guys need to know that, right? Some trades I will try and bring up as an example of, hey, maybe this will be the next step for you guys, right? I'll go way out of my way, okay, and then round it back again and say, okay, let's make a trade. I need to do something to show VIP what maybe the next level is. Okay, very important that you guys understand. It's not all roses. It's not painted to be all roses. In 100 rounds, okay, in terms of your approach to the market, in terms of, and guys, you're trading against people who have had a skill set literally implemented into them at a high level, guys, at a very competitive level. A lot of them have qualified, okay? They've qualified up. They may be licensed, but they're qualified competitively. So you're competing against those individuals, right? And that's not to say that you're not competitive. It's not to say that you can't beat them in trades, in multiple trades, not in a trade. In trades, you can beat them trading. But it's going to require quite a bit in terms of your development. You're going to have to outcompete yourself first. Always, guys. If you're losing trades right now, you're going to have to learn you got to outcompete yourself. You have to identify your deficiencies. You guys know this. The 100 rounds, as we talk about buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets, right? You have to, guys, buy at support. You have to sell at resistance. The first two primary tactics for any trader. You guys know that. Just very simple. That's not me talking. That's New York Institute of Finance. You guys know that's in the back of the book. Check it out, right? I agree with it. Those are the two basic principles. The first thing you learn to do in trading view is draw a trend line. What's that good for? Resistance. What else is it good for? Support, right? That's just the bottom line. That's the easiest componentry. Then buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns. That can be difficult, right? When we come up with something and it seems like, well, that's way out of left field, man. I mean, that expanding diagonal, that's out of left field. Nobody's looking at that. I mean, what the heck is this book, right? Oh, it's in the Library of Congress. Oh, big deal. What is this book? Nobody knows what this is. Very unpopular. We don't like it. Well, you don't like it, huh? Because it book to trade you didn't even want to look at? Possibly. It's not a bull flag. It's not. And I'll tell you, it's not one of the more popular patterns. But in the context of what it's doing, there is a strong possibility that it could assist us in achieving, while you see differences, and well, London's talking about 5 different patterns again. I can't do this. I can't take it. I just can't do it, right? You know, complainers. What's the problem? Well, we've been talking about an inverse head and shoulders, right? So to the extent that this is complementary, it's not contradictory. It could be complementary to the specific inverse head and shoulders that we talked about multiple days ago. If you can't deal with multiple patterns, guys, then you're going to be stuck on one time frame. You guys know this. You're going to be stuck on one time frame, and I'm going to say 3/4 of the time it's going to be lying to you. You know this, right? Because you're going to have different competing patterns on every other time frame. Those situations, and it may be a 1 out of 10. Honestly, guys, a 1 out of 10 where all the time frames match up, right? And you have confirmation across the entirety of all the time frames. All the indicators are lined up. There's no divergence anywhere on RSI, MACD, CCI, anything. Everything's perfect, right? When you get into a full confirmation issue, sometimes you just know it too. It's like, man, bulls are on the run. This is happening. And you know, right? But the majority of the time, Bitcoin is doing stuff like this. You guys know this. We like the challenge. Okay, I'm going to tell you, we like this challenge. Boom, 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 boom. And it's nice to see VIP consistently compete, right? You guys, Freddie had a good day today. Anthony had a good day today. Nice to see that, guys. I'll turn around and I'm just, I don't know what it is I say in the back, but it's something I'll say, Anthony, what's up? This and that. He'll slam in with his position. He hedged today, which was nice to hear. I think that was profitable, without a doubt. The hedge from the top end, you had something to do. Anthony, very nicely done, huh? Boom. To the downside. Half the hedge went very well, didn't it? Extremely, extremely important. Nice work there. So what I wanted to bring up at the beginning was the micro to intermediary to macro. If you missed that, I can retouch on it just a moment. But I really would prefer you guys watch the original start of the stream. Very important information was covered. I can just honestly say that. And I wanted to stream tonight just to come hang out with you guys and say what's up as we would talk about it. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit stronger here. Let me bolden this up. Let's cover one thing, one lesson I want everybody to get. And sometimes Sean, he comes in late. Somebody else will come in late. So in terms of a small intermediary pattern, we'll have a huge run up, right? And then we'll have this specific formation here. And everybody's excited about a bull flag. We're excited about a bull flag. Then boom, you go in heavy. You want to trade that bull flag, you go in heavy. What happens, guys? We talk about the micro. We're going to talk about an intermediate and the macro, right? We'll talk about, and disregard the scale portion of this. I need to make it so you can see it. So you'll be on the micro, boom, with a breakout of a bull flag. What happens? You guys know this. Right here, you engage after the confirmation upon preceding resistance, right? And I'll draw this out as well as we can here in terms of this micro. You confirm on the top preceding resistance. Up here, you're in, waiting for the momentum. It'll bait you, and then boom. And what has it done? Well, it really wants to formulate something a little bit more in line with a bull flag like this. Well, and then what happens? Well, you started here. You've lost a trade. Boom, you're on the second one. Now you get into the mix, and you're like, well, you know, now it looks like we have somewhat of maybe a pennant or a flag formation. We're breaking out here, at least an ascending triangle, and we're going to be up. And what does it do, guys? Maybe you're up, you're in, you've lost a trade already here. This is the second portion here, and boom, right? And you have got to let these, and this is just an example here as we talk about a micro, and this may be a bit more extended in here. We did a great example at the very beginning. You guys make sure that you rewatch that. But as you'll talk about Bitcoin consistently achieving fake outs for the market participants and the traders, pay attention. It'll start at this micro. It'll work into an intermediate. It'll wind up with a macro. And at the end of the day, you'll be like, wow, okay, now I understand it. That's a bigger pattern. If you don't trade Bitcoin, if you're just showing up, wanting to know if it's going up or down, and you don't trade at the micro levels, you have no idea what I'm talking about. That's okay. We hope that you develop as a trader and you get into the lower time frames, you understand the power of day trading. That's a very sincere statement there, and I would be glad to help you guys. VIP would be glad to help you guys along your journey. So that's what Bitcoin is famous for. You guys know that on the lower time frames especially, we're on like the hourly time frame right now, wherein things start to become a little bit more evidence. But as we look at the framework here, I told VIP that I really would like to see this specific level here drop down into this zone as we just do a comparative of the preceding pattern formation, okay? And I just copied essentially the amplitude overall structure preceding. That was a bull pennant. Move to the upside in the symmetrical consolidation, descending level of resistance, ascending level of support, right? I just wanted to highlight this and bring it down in terms of the expectations that we have. You guys know this. Let's look into this zone here. We could have gotten very, as we talk about a micro to macro, etc., traders could have been extremely excited about this move here, right? Now, there could be some additional volatility here, but if we were to look at a specific bull flag here, right, and traders, right, getting a confirmation, this is an excellent example here, right, of a micro move, getting up and over, waiting to get into here, and then boom, reversal, right? This happens on the ultra micro so frequently that it almost goes without saying if you guys do trade. But you'll just see it quite frequently, right at the perfect opportunity to get into a trade. What you think? Well, that's the time it reverses and it wants to rescale itself. When it rescales like that, it could be expensive. So make sure that you understand and you're aware of that dynamic. As we're looking at Bitcoin, let's see, trading down 1.42% to 20,427. So in the dynamic of anytime that we have a preceding hitch, and I'll put this in the context for VIP, and I've said this today, let's go ahead and cover this once more so that we know, just with a little bit of a personal touch on it if you guys weren't in the back today. But anytime we see, if you will take a look at this formation to the upside, and I call this normally just a hitch, it's a consolidation. Anytime we have this, just pay attention, guys, because immediately upon the breakout, right, and you guys know the micro, upon the breakout, what does she like to do? Well, she likes to maybe go like this. Boom. Then she likes to maybe go like this. Then all of a sudden you're looking at something you've traded 2 or 3 times. Even in the context of this was another fake out. And now we're into the pattern of the ultimate bull pennant that plays. Be careful. You have the micro here, right, that she got juked out on. Boom, to the downside. Then you established into a bull pennant here, right, which boom, juked out to the downside. Then the ultimate pattern, once you're too deep in loss, literally 2 against you, is what, guys? Well, then it's a bull flag that everybody else in the market caught who literally wasn't, literally just feeling destroyed because you just lost 2 trades. Okay, so that micro, that's that micro, right? Right here, this small bull pennant that loves to move against the traders. You guys know that. to formulate another, to establish a loss for the traders, to establish another pattern, the bull pennant, which is a move to the upside, symmetrical consolidation. You guys see this, and then boom, once again, to formulate, right, this specific bull flag. Be aware of that dynamic. As VIP, I want you guys to be very well tuned into that componentry. If you're not trading a lot, you don't understand what we've just said, but this dynamic is such an easy way to take money from traders. You guys know that it's such an easy way to notch a loss. And the sad thing is, once you get from this micro componentry, and micro, I mean the move up with the specific, just small, whenever you see small patterns, you need to be prepared for momentum, guys, with your targets below is ideal. Can you get it below? If you can hit your targets, if we're currently getting in to Fibonacci levels of 23, 38, the 50, the 61.8, the 786, the 86, and the full completion, we can draw them out. But you guys know your Fibonacci's, right? As we get in, can you get into these patterns below here on support, right? It's nice to trade a breakout. It's incredible to have a lower entry. You guys know that it's incredible to have a lower entry, to not have to worry about this issue. And this is the solution when you're talking about a micro move. And I'm talking about we're talking about the micro to the intermediate to the macro. You have an opportunity to lose 2 trades any point in time on the micro. You're seeing you're just going to move up, and all of a sudden we have, let's say, a bull flag right in here. Let's say you have a bull flag. What does she do? She's up. You get in, you want to trade the breakout, you didn't enter on support, right? You didn't enter on support, you don't have that underlying, and that's the solution to this, an underlying entry, period. And we caught this in the back. Congratulations to VIP. A lot of VIP made great entries. Looking at this specific formation, though, the traders want to get in on a micro move, only to be whipsawed, boom, to the downside, this zone in here. You guys know this. And only thereafter to formulate. And finally, the relief comes in. You guys know this. There's relief. Oh, okay, I got taken once to the cleaners here, but we have a symmetrical consolidation move to the upside. This is a bull pennant. Now she's going to play to the upside, only to be taken again with another boom, juke to the downside. Hugely common in Bitcoin. If I don't talk about this, guys, and I could refer a lot of people to this video who are just starting to trade Bitcoin, those who trade Bitcoin frequently, you know this, right? This happens all the time. Be prepared for moves like this, from the micro to the intermediate to more of a macro look, okay? And that's going to happen on different time frames. It's going to happen as we go along. It's going to happen differently within the context of the price action, etc. But especially if you're looking at the 5 second, the 15 second, the 1 minute, guys, just be ready, right? It happens all the time. Right now we're on the hourly, right? And we're still looking. I did say with VIP I would have liked earlier on, and just to explain that, from the micro, intermediate to the macro. Looking at this feature in here, I'd be excited to see some formulation like this. I'd be really excited to see something go on like this. It could carve and take a while. I wouldn't be excited about the time frame. It doesn't look like it would fit this dynamic per se right now, but I'd really like to see something just per se bullish on the map. Something of the magnitude, and I've tried to carry this theme over. Let me get into the trend line instead of that specific drawing tool. But I'd like to see something of the magnitude such as this. Now, mind you, in the preceding this specific bull pennant, let's look at this, guys. Very important. The specific bull pennant on the upside here. As you look at the bull pennant, it even did this to us here. You guys know this. What did it do? Right, we were ready on the lines. This is Bitcoin, guys. In terms of the move to the upside, we were ready for this thing. Boom. We're ready to get up and out of this zone. We need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We need that Elliott wave. Let's get going. We're ready for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, we're ready. What does it do? What does Bitcoin do? Well, she jukes the traders out here. Boom, unless you knew the carry up from the support to the resistance, right? Unless you knew that. VIP, you guys know this. The level of support to the resistance feature here. Right, what does she do? She jukes out, boom, to the downside. Then it is, and guys, you're probably liquidated at that point, just depending upon your style, right? We didn't get to play the golden pocket here, so a little difficult. Looking at the specific framework here, though, then the next thing she has us thinking is the following. After this specific move, and we had a preceding micro move, this is an intermediate move. What do we have here? Well, then, all right, after she does this with the bull pennant, now, we're in a bull flag. All right, now we've gotten it on the candle wicks. You guys know this happened, right? This is the evolution of Bitcoin, even on the hourly, 4 hourly, etc. Well, now we're in a bull flag. So understand that micro to macro approach is just a real deal, okay? And really, she started off before that with an inverse head and shoulders that juke to the upside. Real clear inverse head and shoulders reversal pattern. So just be prepared for that ultra micro, that small, right, development, that pattern to continually evolve to just thereafter impress you once you've lost a trade or two. As you look at this, like, well, man, that's a bigger pattern, right? That's a big pattern. So I always say that we like big patterns. They take a while to manifest. We trade while they're formulating, and it's part of the art of trading Bitcoin. You guys have to know that part of the skill set you'll develop in terms of, is this macro enough? It's a big question, guys. Is this a macro enough pattern? When you start to measure, right, can you capture one of those 10% moves, right, with the amplitude? I'm just going to say one of those 10% moves. As I talk to people about Bitcoin, I typically say, like, she has a threshold, maybe 10, 12% would be a big day. If you can catch 14, 15%, that's huge, right? So is your pattern the type of pattern that could go for 10+%, right? That's a significant move. That's a decent sized pattern. Or is your pattern one that could go for 80%, guys? Is it one that could go for 60 or 80%? Right, as we would look at this, very important to talk about this preceding recapture. Boom, boom, boom. Is it one that could go for maybe 100%? 80% as we look at a bull flag here. When I say we like big patterns, well, let's put this into context on the 4 hourly or the daily. You guys got this right. And now we're talking, okay? So looking at this, boom, boom, boom. Hey, now we're talking, okay? Looking at the bull flag. Right, what was this bull flag? This was a big return here. This was a 100% move, 120, 145 low to high, measured on the 4 hourly, on the candle wick. So 145%. What's the carry up feature of this? Right, if we were to stack this as aggressively as we possibly could, guys, even just a modest measurement to the upside, the pattern completion would be, guys, we were looking at, 80, 90%, 95%. So when you gauge things on the daily or the 4 hourly, what's your percentage move, right? Are you on the 10% deal? And that wasn't 90% in a day. You guys know that. But it's built out and scoped into what your expected move is. And I just want you to start thinking from the micro to the intermediary to the macro, okay? That's just very important in terms of that. I'm shouting out to the VIP again. I'm excited that we brought you this specific feature in terms of this specific, guys, hugely important in terms of this specific move here. Just critical. Always pay attention, even if you disagree. I'm going to tell you that if you disagree with the expanding leading diagonal here, guys, it's not a favorite pattern. It's not one that people love. It's not well known. You're not gonna put a billboard up and it's so popular. Possible expanding diagonal. Ascending line of resistance. This ascending line of support. Expanding diagonal. Classic Elliott wave. Look at that. Boom. Look at this. Boom. Do you see the key feature here? Do you see the key feature? Up over here, this level of resistance is broken. Bam. And then to the downside. Let's make sure that you see that here. You see this level of resistance. Bam, that's broken. And then to the downside. Do you know that we use the same pattern technique on NEAR? You guys remember NEAR, right? NEAR protocol, called the top on NEAR. And when you're up here, it seems like bulls could do it. They can, right? They just can. If they choose to, they can. It's just been consistent, guys. It's been consistent. So when we see consistency like this, we definitely pay attention, without a doubt, guys. So this is London with Bitcoin Spike. I wanted to talk about balance in terms of your trade exposure. I hope you guys get that in terms of my the story about my pro trader friend, guys. Maybe you guys get to meet him, talk to him. Maybe he wants to join VIP. Who knows? He's a cool dude. It'd be cool if he joined VIP. He's a stud, dude. He's that kind of cat. He's a cool cat. He's from overseas. He's just a cool cat. You guys will like him if he joins VIP. But he is a pro trader. So to the extent that I say that, like, you guys could beat him on Bitcoin tomorrow. You know that? He's a pro trader, professional trader, and you guys could beat him tomorrow, okay, on Bitcoin, because you focus on Bitcoin. He doesn't focus on Bitcoin at all. So you guys know the ins, the outs, the different time frames, everything. So I brag on you guys all the time, just so that you know that, literally all the time. It's very cool. So down to 20,370, and let's say the important thing about this was, here we go. Possible expanding diagonal per Elliott Wave International. Bitcoin indicated a move down. Bitcoin indicates a move down below $20,000. Again, noted. Okay, that's what they stated. I'm going to go ahead and find it for you guys. It's some material you can get, but registered in the Library of Congress. As we're at 20,381, looks like we could capitulate that $20,000 target. So for those who are shorting, congratulations. I know many VIP that are, including myself. We will talk to you guys soon. I want to tell you guys in terms of the formation here. I'm looking at this, and there are some issues right here with this specific level of support being broken. I mentioned that to the VIP in the back. All right, I mentioned it to VIP in the back. This specific move, this underthrow, in terms of the level of support being broken to the downside, it would have been nice to have seen the specific, I'm going to say the specific bulls come in just clearly on this level. You will find authority, like we found this. I'm going to tell you guys, you will find authority in line with an expanding diagonal, heading boom to the downside. You will find plenty of authority out there. In terms of this specific broadening wedge formation, to the extent that this is the active pattern in play, I will say the save would be the inverse head and shoulders, boom, to the upside with the left shoulder head, right shoulder, bam, to the upside. But you will find quite a bit of literature that is formally registered and recognized, wherein this specific move down here is a problem for the bulls. You know this. This specific move down here is a problem for the bulls, and it spells lower prices, ultimately. Now, in terms of that, we're going to refine our TA to see if there's anything else that we can come up with. So that is not the case. We're pulling for an inverse head and shoulders. I would like to see something patently bullish, me personally. And by patently bullish, I'd like to see a bull pennant somewhere. I'd like to see a bull flag as a component. I'd like to see something that the bulls recognize and that's not up for debate. This is honestly, guys, you have to say that as you deal with lesser known patterns, it becomes very, very, it's like hush hush. Almost, if you're paying attention to it, it's like, what is this pattern? A possible expanding diagonal, boom, it's supposed to go down. Literally, guys, it becomes a little bit hush hush, a little bit like, you know, who even knows about this pattern? Is this is a real pattern? Yeah, that's a real pattern. It's supposed to go down. Okay. Like, I honestly don't know. When we don't get a lot of views, guys, you have to understand this. When we don't get a lot of views on a video, I mean, do you guys ever consider, like, I'm sitting there talking about whatever it may be, giving you guys information, and it's like, for whatever reason, this is just kind of hush hush. I don't know why, guys, but I mean, it's just not maybe not everyone, maybe it's not popular, but look at it, guys. You know, I mean, I'm balancing myself in terms of bringing you correct information all the time, trying to enhance your trade game, and at the same time remain somewhat relevant to new traders that want to come into the mix. So I can't even blame fully like YouTube, etc., unless there's some algorithm that's on trying to I don't know, guys. What would you think it would be for VIP? I don't know. As we look at it, but I mean, looking at the dynamic, is just par on par. You guys know, just expansion, boom. Right, and we have the expansion, and it's going boom. So to the extent that we're on this wavelength, it's sometimes I feel like it's just kind of hush hush. Just okay, you guys know the answer. Just you guys for now. So I'll invite you all to join VIP. You're probably members, the majority of you. And I said to the VIP, I want to reinforce it in just my voice in terms of recovering a lot of things that we covered in the back today. I thought this would be cool, right? Just to cover some of the things that we covered. Some of you guys were busy, so I'm covering a lot of these issues today that we talked about in the back with the guys who were back there. And so just because some of you VIP weren't there the whole day. So if you guys have friends, okay, if you have friends, I know Sean had mentioned he's got a buddy who trades and he wants to get involved in trading a bit more. We would really like, because you guys are really cool, we'd like your cool friends, etc., to be a part of the group. That would be cool. When I say we're in terms of your trade development, I know that because I see all the VIP developing. That's the bottom line. We're really excited, Leonel. So we'll get together over the next few days and really make sure that this is rocking and rolling the way that it needs to rock and roll. Let me turn on the welcome here. Let me turn this welcome on. In terms of, do I have a welcome VIP? Let me see what this is. Boom, 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 boom. I believe it's this one. And that is the kind of welcome you get here with VIP. Extremely exciting to have Lionel in the house. And my man, it's just going to be good to watch you develop. You're probably already a trader to some extent, and we just look forward to watching you further develop and being a part of our trade team. There is no question about that. And let's see what we got. Let me see what we got here. Let me see. I have a question also from Venus. Venus, I want to let you know I did get your tweet. My phone was down for a bit earlier today, just fried the battery out in terms of communications with all VIP, so that was an issue. In terms of not getting back to you yet, I just saw that you had done that. So I'm going to put here, let me put here in terms of this specific link so that you can get to us, and let me put this here for Leonel so that you can follow that link. That should be the link just to get you to our Twitter so that you can go to the specific first pin tweet, Leonel. Anyone else who is looking to join a trade group to understand what leverage is, to understand what a hedge is. I know finance majors, etc., that don't know that you can hedge crypto just to expose yourself to it. Not that it's the money making, it's going to be a great Christmas and we're buying new cars and houses. That's not the idea. I want everyone to have exposure. I want you to have exposure to targeting, right? Everyone have exposure to targeting. What are some principles? Our video, Wedge Tactics by Bitcoin Spike. You'll find that has some nice primer and one real nice example in terms of the specific targeting technique that we like to do when the level of support, the buyers on demand, level of resistance, sellers at resistance, when this demand function that's in place with a calculated, literally we could calculate this with a literal computer or even by hand, guys, the specific apex, the conclusion of that demand function, right, on something that's supposed to be bullish with a cognizable, guys, a concluding apex. When we have a circumstance like this and we have a price divergence, right, a divergence from that demand function, we target. I'm going to let you guys know we target to the upside. Now, we have a qualification for that. And Leonel, I'm really excited about you getting into VIP. It's going to be really, really excellent. And I just hope that you're hyped as well. I want to say, there we go. We got Luke in the house. Luke is longtime VIP. Luke is a veteran VIP, and he's just the coolest, Leonel. So get to know Luke right off the bat. Luke is just a total stud. What's up, Luke? I'm going to say hi to you real quickly, and we're going to shout out to you. Luke has been on vacation, I believe. Been on the road. Something going on. Look, Luke, big-time trader. What's up, Luke? We got big plans 2022. Just want to shout out to you and the family. Bunch of cool pictures, cool people, great group. And Leonel, you're going to Yo Gomez. I don't know, Leo. I said I'd call you Leo. Leo, we'll get through. First of all, I want to make sure that you have, if you want to make a note real quickly, and anyone really can make notes of this who is VIP or not, want to make sure John J. Murphy, okay? And that's going to be technical analysis of the financial markets. And guys, that needs to be ordered on Amazon. You need to 2-day overnight it, and you really shouldn't trade until you have it. That's my opinion. If you order the book and you say, this is just a bunch of hogwash, this is just awful, this is not true, guys, it is by the New York Institute of Finance. They were founded by the New York Stock Exchange, okay, in 1922. They know price action. They're kind of in charge of it. You know, sometimes you might think that the stock exchange, guys, they literally produce and literally, guys, it's the stock exchange since 1790. So yeah, the New York Institute of Finance, founded by the stock exchange. That's all you want to know for price action, guys. What do they say about this pattern? What do they say about a demand on support, guys, sellers on resistance? What do they say about convergence, divergence? So not just MACD on a certain time frame that you think is good, or RSI on a different time frame that you think is good. No, guys. Right? Does RSI even work as a reversal? Does it? What does New York Institute of Finance say? I want to know what New York Stock Exchange says about it, right? What their group says about it. Bottom line, they've been in the business a lot longer than crypto, so we bring it into crypto. And Luke's saying awesome book on that. It's really, really nice, Luke. I appreciate that. I know that you're with it on Murphy and New York Institute of Finance. So let's see what we have here. Just super excited anytime that we can welcome a new VIP. And what that means is, guys, you'll be in the back, period. You'll be in the back and just looking at this. This is what I brought yesterday to the group. We talk about this in the back consistently, looking at the throw over event. And guys, this is just par on par, boom, 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 right? And it's nice to be able to, and I'll say this, guys, if we bring 3 or 4 options up, if I bring 2 or 3 scenarios up, right? And look at this, Anthony in the back, 283%. Very nicely done, Anthony. Continually impressing. in terms of those specific returns. I'm just extremely impressed. I know that Freddie had a big return as well. I don't know if it'll show it right off the bat. Freddie, if you could repost that, that would be awesome. I'd love to show that. But just in terms of all the signals, right, looking through the framework of what we're doing, right, Pathfinder in the back, just guys, tons of awesome charts. Look at these charts. This is just throwing targets up. It's just, I got to say, guys, it's a big deal to be in the back. I enjoy being in the back. You guys know that. I tell everybody it's my channel. It is, period. But I am a VIP as well. I literally joined this year. I have to tell you guys because I think it's cool, period. I'm like, of course I want to be VIP. I keep telling everybody else to be VIP. I'm like, why wouldn't I want to be VIP? Yeah, it's my club, but why wouldn't I want to be VIP? So, yes, I'm a paying member too. I know it's worth it, period. I will tell everybody I know it's worth it, period. You guys know this. So that's the bottom line. So, Leo, make sure that you have the book, John J. Murphy, right there. Get that on Amazon, without a doubt. Make sure that you get that on Amazon, and I'll chat with you. Respond to that first pinned tweet. We'll get you in the back. Everything will be cooking with gas. I want to shout out to everybody. I want to shout out to Marge in Florida. I hope you're doing really well. I hope everything's going great, Marge. I really sincerely mean that. Hope Pathfinder, I hope you're back from vacation. Everything is cool. Chris, Jay, the good peeps in the house like Vlad. What's up, boss? We're going to be trading. What's up in 2022? Banking, huh? Got some good strategies rolling, brother. Like to see what maybe what additional comes up in kind of Q. I guess it's going to be 3, 4, right? We're up through we're up through like Q2 right now. It's about done. So Q3, Q4, like what's on the map? I know a lot of you have goals, business goals, right? Other things going on, but I know that trading is huge for you guys, and I'm just excited to be able to bring some value to the table, and I know you guys do too. Hugely, you bring a lot of value to the table. Boom, boom. This is awesome. I just love this. And incorporating the fan dynamic. Make sure that you understand that we did that to the expanding diagonal. I did that in the back to sync up New York Institute of Finance and Elliott Wave International. It's not necessary. It's not required. You don't have to do that. You don't even have to really listen and hone into that, but you can follow a diagram, right? You just can. Now, in the context of, well, we don't want this to go down. I'll say this, guys, you're deploying your Fibonacci's. You know that. You're deploying Fibonacci's. Right, so we had essentially a grab effect. Nice hit here. I know that Freddie traded on the top. I think what Freddie, you had a 300 or 400% trade today. Another one. Real returns, guys. Real returns. Just exciting, Freddie. Way to go, brother. Way to go. And I hope that new trade journal, his family got him a trade journal. You guys maybe think about that. His family got him a trade journal for Father's Day. Very cool gift. Extremely cool. Progress, sign of progress that you'd want to write down. Like buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. The rules, right? Your trades, how they're going, documenting it, putting a win and loss column. Hugely, hugely important. And Freddie's doing well. We say, hey, this looks good on a big screen TV. You need to see your technicals on a big screen TV. And what happens? He's just right out of the bat, he's got the big screen TV. Boom. That's it. Right? Just investing in himself and his trade future. I can't wait to see what you do in VIP. It's just awesome. And you know Freddie's, I'm talking about like a pro trader, like maybe he'll join VIP, right? My buddy that I talked about the story today. I'll tell you, like there's no reason he wouldn't. Maybe he wants to, maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's his kind of feel or this or that. But I mean, you can get as good as you want back here, brother. Right? We got long-term plans. It's the kingdom. It's Bitcoin spike. We're excited, brother. You're gonna do well. So very fortunate to have all you, and that's my way of saying we're very fortunate. And what I'll tell you is Leo joined tonight, restricted VIP zone. If you've been waiting, I'm just going to tell you guys that back room is just rocking. It is cool. We have some breakthrough moments. We have some really cool interaction. Torque, Pathfinder, Freddie, Venus, you're back there. We got Vlad back there. What's up, Vlad? Nice to know you're trading. Period. And Vlad's got heavy hands. I'm gonna tell you, he's got hot hands too. He can trade. And anytime I see somebody who can trade, I notice quickly. And I noticed that quickly on you, Vlad. And it's a pleasure to have you here. AJ Crypto, want to shout out to him, the longest standing VIP. Just cool. He's pictured there in the ski outfit. Frankie's going through a lot of trades right now. Frankie on the top right now is going through a pro qualification right now in terms of trading. And Frankie, it's great to have you as a VIP while you're going through your pro training. It's fantastic, brother. Congratulations. He's going pro, guys. He's going pro. In terms of Sean, Busy family man, but what's up, Sean? Man, just salt of the earth guy. Anthony killing it in the back. Anthony celebrating a year for Anthony in VIP. He's killing it, guys. I know on the videos you're like, man, it's another Anthony trade. Anthony's been in VIP for a year. I'm telling you guys, it's not an overnight success. And so Leo, that you know, it's not an overnight success. It's not. That's not what it's intended to be. Venus, we missed your picture real quickly. Bill is killing it quickly, realizing the impact of smaller capital. Increased leverage, lower capital. That's the rule, guys, period. And Jay, we'll be talking here in a couple of days. Jay's cool cat. Look forward to chatting with you. We'll share some screenshots and everything. I'll put you in your first hedge. That's the idea. I'll put you in your first hedge. I want you to be experienced enough to understand what isolated and cross margin is. Very simple stuff, but you just don't know it. It's like it's a VCR you've never worked before, okay? It literally is. You just want to put this movie in, and I had to push some buttons. It's like they're all in, foreign language. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's like a compact disc instead of a VCR. It's the same thing. You're already trading, right? That's maybe the best example. It's a compact disc instead of a VCR, right? Or it's a whatever that may be, guys. If you even remember what a VHS or a compact disc, whatever it may be, you guys know that. It's an old LP record. Well, now we have a flash drive. It's just simple stuff. You got to know which buttons to push. It's simple stuff. Looking forward to you guys learning. Luke in the house, and Amos. What's up, Amos? Haven't chatted with you in a while. One update on the 100 rounds, and this is the deal, guys. As we talk about balances, I told you the story about the pro trader. We were having lunch right at the club, no big deal. And there were some, I think, girls around talking about girls. There was some pool party going on. I think maybe you guys knew about that, right? Yeah, I told you guys about that. But the deal is we weren't doing that. We were just having lunch, no big deal. And go there to work out, hit the iron. I got to release some stress, right? We're up till 3 and 4 in the morning sometimes, maybe 5 or 6, up early or up late. What we'll say is he lost the trade. He hit the wrong button. He's a pro trader. This happens. When I talk about the fact, right, you think, well, I can trade. No, this trade's going to go right. Guys, sometimes the more worked up you get about the trade, the more likely it is that you make a mistake, right? It's like getting all worked up and sweated up over an exam you got to take, right? You got to take your driving test, and your palms are all sweaty, or you're a little bit. You guys know this. You got to be chill. You got to be relaxed. You got to account for the errors, right? You're not going to make a perfect score in the SAT trading. It's just not going to happen. You're going to have some bumps in the road. It's like, the technology factor is what got this pro trader. It was just funny. He just hit the wrong button. Distracted, no problem. Trading on the fly in the mobile, just hit the wrong button. That's what he did. And he laughed about it today. He's like, oh, man, because I told him I entered low on Bitcoin at about at a good return now. Hit the short at the top, too. We did that. Nice job, VIP. A lot of VIP in a short right now. Good job. What I'll say is today, it's like, oh, man, I turned around. I hit the sell instead of the buy, and I was down $4,500. Pro trader, guys. He's a pro, okay? So it happens to you. It happens to everybody in the business, okay? It just happens. So we want to eliminate those barriers to profit, okay? So as we look at this, I want to let you guys go. Excited about Leo. Anybody else who wants to join? Leo needs help in setting up his trades. No problem. No problem. Got you, brother. Done. Just want a commitment from you that you understand it's not overnight success, and you'll have to get in to that first pinned tweet. Make sure that you follow the guidelines here. I'll just tell you that whatever your background is, it's going to be awesome getting to know you. We look forward to that in VIP, and it's going to be a cool year, 2022. We are building. Yeah, guys, we're building VIP without a doubt, and it's a good time, summertime, to get into a trade routine, especially while things are low. Potentially getting lower. Yeah, this is when we want to really hone in our trade skills. Remember how many we counted, guys. It seems like too much. 1, 2, this move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, guys, 7. Okay, we've had 8 moves, literally 8 moves in excess of 10%. 8 moves in excess of 10% in 8 days. Each one of those capturable, possible. I'm going to tell you possible. Each one of those moves that goes 10%, do you think it's a 2x? You bet it's a 2x. Easily. 8 2x's in 8 days. Or on leverage max, if you were a pro and you could hit it on a max, guys, you're looking at 8 10x's on Bitcoin in 8 days. 8 10x's. All right, you put $10 in the trade, you made $100. Literally 8 of them. You put $10 in the trade, and you made $100. It's a 10x, a 10 time your money. There have been 8 of those moves in the last 8 days, right? And That's going to be great. And we'll put Leo, boom. And we're excited about that. And I know that Freddie would be here to welcome you. He's probably, hopefully he's resting. I think he had a big day. So we'll put some rockets in there for you. And yeah, Luke puts in there 86. 86, just to let you know. In terms of this, Leonel, we have we have a custom 86. Make sure on your Fibonacci's, follow me here for a moment, Leo. Let's make sure everybody understands this, please. Under the pitchfork on the left-hand side, pitchfork tool, you'll see the pitchfork. Go to where it says Fib Retracement. On the Fib Retracement tool, you may need to rewatch this part of the stream. You want to draw your Fib Retracement always from the low to the high of the range. Once you've drawn it, make sure you double-click it. Double-click the Fibonacci's. Please, double-click. Now, you'll see the prices and targets to your right. You draw low to high. Always draw low to high, period. Gives you the 23.6% discount, 38% discount, the 50% discount, then the golden pocket, the 61 to the 65th. Now, you need to double-click on this. Fib retrace it. Make sure that you add in the 65th. The 0.65, add that in, period. Also, make sure that you add in a 0.86, the 86, hugely important, okay? Make sure you have the 65th and the 86 in your Fibonacci's, okay? They play big time. Golden pocket and that 86 is consistent. So in terms of the pattern formation, we went through some micro to intermediary to macro issues today. I think it was a good talk. We had discussed that in the back today, and I think everyone's caught up now. Yeah, VIP, if you were busy today, you're caught up now, and we've reviewed that, which is important as well. Torque, thanks for being the first one, I think, to shout out in the chat. I appreciate that. Aaron, I think, has been around for a long time. Bill, what's up, Bill? Thank you for shouting out, too. That's nice. Bill, looking forward to the 100 rounds. And that's the deal, guys. I'm going to put you on a pathway. The pathway is the following. It's going to be light exposure on leverage. You have to book consecutive trades. That's the idea. You have to be able to book consecutive trades. If you can't book 4 consecutive trades, guys, then what does that mean? Out of every trade, if you can't book 4 in a row, just whenever you want to, at will, anytime, any day, 4 in a row. If you can't do that, then you have a 25% chance of losing at least your next trade, right? So as you get worked out in this time, you guys, and it's the times that things go bad. You hit the wrong button. You didn't do a stop loss. Whatever it is, that's like the pro trader I was having lunch with the other day, my buddy, right? He hit the wrong button. He sold Bitcoin here. Oh, no. You're supposed to buy it here. Oh, I bought, he sold. He hit the wrong button, right? Boom, right? I'm in the money. He's out of the money. Okay, but 4 or 5 grand, right? And that's a significant loss, but he laughs it off. He's like, man, you don't believe what happened. I hit the wrong button. I looked, I'm 4,500 down. I'm like, I hit the wrong button. That's it, guys. So the point is not that you trade that heavily at all, but that you understand that if you can't come to me and say, London, I can book 4 trades whenever I want to. That's the goal. I want to get you there. Okay? Guys, you can get there. You got to trade. You got to trade. Follow this 100 rounds. Let's get in through this. Let's focus on the technicals. When you say, London, I can book 4 trades in a row anytime I want to. Until you can say that, you have at least a 25% chance of losing your next trade. And that could be the entirety of it. Liquidation, boom, gone. And I want you guys trading at max leverage. I want you focused on accuracy. I want you focused on precision. But you can't have the money getting in the way of things. You can't be preoccupied or upset or bothered by the fact that you just lost. Or, guys, it'll turn your stomach. If something turns your stomach, and I've heard this, if something turns your stomach, guys, it's going to turn your mind inside out of your stomach. You literally have physical pain associated with your trying to trade, and you're upset, bothered, sweating. Guys, it happens. So you can't allow the cash to get involved with you like that. You can't allow your skill set and development to be distracted like that. You just can't, guys. It's not going to work. You need to focus on the consistency without regard to the capital. Then when you have the consistency, the capital gets another 0 behind it. And if you're not booking positive trades to the tune of 4 in a row, that's at least where I want you guys to be. Okay, it's at least where I want you guys to be. All right, so you don't have a 25% chance of losing your next trade. We go over trade, you have a 25% chance of losing it, right? And it'll come in time, guys. It'll come in time. As we look at this, let's close out this perfectly, right? Let's close out. This is a target, right? Multiple targets hit today, guys. Tons of targets in the back. This I explained earlier on. The demand function between the buyers and the sellers. Buyers on support, sellers on resistance. And guys, for VIP, it's just another trade. Boom. I'm telling you guys, it's just another trade. Tons of targets are hit. Now, we're going to talk a lot in 2022 about, right, the parameters of hitting your targets, because some are far away. We like that better, bigger moves. Some hit just, right, just soon after trajecting down, right? And, you know, we'll focus on the fact if this were to do this right now, unless it breaks this resistance line here, okay, in terms of satisfying the expectation of the market, unless it breaks that line of resistance, if it were to go down, this will remain a target. Okay, so yes, you've completed to the apex level now, but if it trajects to the downside and doesn't breach this line of resistance, then this will remain a target. Okay, for a descending, right, we want it to break through the level of resistance. You guys know this. For an ascending wedge, let me do this here, an ascending wedge, right, we need that to break down through support. To the extent that an ascending wedge gets up and over the apex, okay, we will target the apex, period. That's in a nutshell. Guys, are in a very, very brief nutshell, and understand there are some associated components we're going to go through. You're going to get better at the patterning game and at the targeting game. Right now, it seems a bit gamey because, well, this one did get hit, that one didn't get hit, or that one got hit like 5 days later, right? There's a bit of, I'm not going to say speculation right now, but you're figuring out the puzzle. I know you guys are. It's not an IQ test, but I know some of you guys are figuring out the puzzle, and some of you think you got it. Okay, if you think you got it, congratulations. There is a solution to it. We'll get there, but I want to make sure we got the team in play and that you guys are not trading too heavily and that you're getting through your 100 rounds. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Leo, congratulations. We love that badge. If you don't have a badge, Aaron, you don't have a badge, brother. You need a badge. If you've been listening for a year, give back to the community, man. Give back to the community. We would be the community. So join the community. If you're just watching, if you're on standby, man, you gotta get off that standby. You're going to be stuck there on standby. We don't want that. We want you as a part of the overall team. If you guys think you're cut out for it, we appreciate everybody who's been a part of it and continues to be. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. We're excited to see, guys, the pattern formation and play exactly how we brought you. I'm not happy about the lower price. I am in a short right now, but to reframe this very quickly before we just sign off, just to look at this specific pattern, It's nice, guys, in terms of this specific move to the downside here. When we bring this to you, boom, boom, you guys know this. It's just, it's a beautiful move. Looking at the specifics, let's look at this, right? Just exactly brought the specific formation. What was this, yesterday? Look at this, look at the dynamics in play. That's the specific formation, the expanding diagonal, right? It's just like, it was just perfect. It's supposed to go down. Right, the expanding diagonal does go down, right, and then we're going down. So to the extent that it's recreated, I'll just remind you that if you're in the money, you have a decision to make at all times, guys, at all times. If your screen turns green, you have a decision to make in terms of booking that positive trade, and we want you to book a lot of them, guys, 100 rounds. And the pathway is this, guys, the pathway is this. I want you to book a 100% trade. On 125X is going to be easy, guys. 100% trade. I want you to book one. Then I want you to book, after the 100, I want you to book a 200. Okay? A 200% trade. Be a little bit more difficult than the 100. You'll have to get movement, price movement. Then to challenge you, because some day traders can't hold on to anything. They can't hold on to a trade. I want to challenge you to book a 500% trade. At all costs, and I'm talking light levels of exposure. I want you to book a 500% trade. This is the pathway you're going to be on, guys. It's gonna round out your ability to trade. You guys know this because some can't hold on. They have to trade. They have to let go, right? In terms of the 100%, the 200%, the 500%, then the 1,000%. That's the big daddy. That's the King Kong. You're going to get there at that 1,000%. Looking at the top level, you guys see. And I need to update some of these without a doubt, but up to 2,200%, hugely important. Look at Bill, 900, just on the cusp of that 1,000. You're almost there. Bill Jubal, halfway there. You're at the third level, Jabal. Looking at Freddie over the 1,000. Just seeing, guys, the VIP. You can do this. Just make this your pathway. Make this your stair step in terms of your goals. I know that you're going to get there. I just do. So we're supposed to roll down through this level of support. I'm just going to say, guys, who would I be to disagree with Elliott Wave at this point? Who would I be to disagree once this pattern has come up in terms of the expectation to the downside? Bringing this earlier, I'm not going to disagree with the findings in the Library of Congress whatsoever. And I'm going to tell you, I would really, really, really like to get down below this level. To the extent that we have an opportunity to operate guys up and above, it'd be great, but equities will probably have to hold. You guys will probably have to hold this rally, relief rally that we saw today in the market. Tuesday, short week, so we'll have some compressed, potentially some compressed volatility in the markets. I'll just say that. Now, Bitcoin trades 24/7, 365, but we may see a little bit of compressed volatility this week. Let's hope so. Let's see if we can get moving. Make sure